This famous video from the early 80s. Oh, you do, come on. This was a video that really launched MTV. We had to stay up late to watch it because it was so frightening. You know the one I'm talking about. Thriller with Michael Jackson, where everybody screamed. And if you think about it, this was an incredible pivotal moment in the world of pop. Thriller went on to be one of the biggest selling albums of all time. I mean, incredible when you think. A lot of it was down to the super producer Quincy Jones. I mean, what a master he was behind the controls. Also, a big impact on the career of Frank Sinatra. But you see, Michael Jackson truly at that point was the king of pop. Now, I don't know if you know, but Michael Jackson didn't consider Thriller to be his best album. He felt Invincible was his very best album, but as all great artists do, they prefer to have the evolution of their music, not necessarily the ones that the public like, the big hits. But now it looks like Michael Jackson could be returning once again to London's glittering West End, and you could be a part of it. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well. The Prince Edward Theatre in 2024 is the venue, oh yes, that the brand new Michael Jackson musical will be launching next year. The Prince Edward Theatre, I might point out, was an area very close to me. I've appeared on that stage as a Jersey boy. I'll just leave that one hanging there. I might dig up that footage. You'll see how happy I was at that event. But the bottom line is this, that Michael Jackson, as I say, continues to sell millions of records around the world. So brand new producers have put together a brand new musical all around the making of many of his biggest albums. Now, a lot of people are saying, is this a little too late? Because over here in the United Kingdom, we did have another record-breaking musical at the Lyric and Apollo's Theatre for around about 10 years. And this was a very clever jukebox musical, seemingly because it didn't bother with a storyline. It just flashed up the year, and these brilliant artists came on and sang the hits. It was a crowd pleaser, breaking box office records. But of course, this particular musical is currently doing incredibly well over on Broadway, and bosses believe they can do the same over here. So much so, they've decided to start open auditions. Do check out their website. So if you're in Manchester, Edinburgh, London, Bristol, you could have the chance of becoming a true pop icon. Now, a lot of people know, of course, the negative side of the Michael Jackson story, but nobody really can dismiss his exact and major impact on the world of popular music. For so many years, he dominated the charts as part of the Jackson 5 and then as a solo star, starting really big with the album Off the Wall. Of course, we sadly lost him at the very young age of 50, where he was planning a colossal and final comeback. And this will be detailed in the show. But what I'd love to know from you is, do you think that Michael Jackson, the musical, can still sustain an audience after so many years, particularly back over here in the United Kingdom, or perhaps in other areas of the world like Canada, New Zealand, Australia, everywhere where they're planning to take the show on tour? Or is the world of pop fickle for many people now not to remember him? Let's not forget, if you bought Thriller way back in the early 80s, you're going to be well into your 50s now. Do you really want to be rocking your world, boogieing down and shaking everything down to the ground like the Jacksons did on a night out? As we've said to you before, perhaps even this particular musical could do better by starting with afternoon performances. As ever, I'd love to know what your thoughts, memories, and in fact, were you a Michael Jackson fan? Do you believe this musical has the power to thrill once again? Neil Sean in the very heart of England.